What's up, nerds? Welcome back to magFAST 2021. Here with me is RipSalty, who's going to be running Super Mario 64 for us. After that, we're going to have Sonic R, complete with the Supersonic Sing-Along that was unlocked via donation incentive. And then Zelda 2 and the Link to the Past randomizer. So it's going to be a lovely rest of the evening here at the midpoint of a great weekend of speedruns. We're raising money for Child's Play, which is a fantastic charity, I'm sure you all know, dedicated to helping out kids in hospitals and other rough situations with the power of games and technology. I am going to read one donation here before handing it over. We got a $20 donation from Billy Weltle, who just says, "Y'all have fun." So with that, Salty, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi guys, how you doing? I'm Nick, aka RipSalty. Hope you're all doing well. I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat. Thank you all for showing up to today's stream. So today we're doing Mario 16 Star. Very common speedrun, one of the or pretty much the most common game to speedrun ever, I would say. A lot of fun stuff to do in this run, and hopefully going to be very quick. So let's get right to it, shall we? So timers, if you're ready, I'll just give a quick countdown and we can start going. All right. So once I restart, we'll start up. So if we're ready, then 3, 2, 1, and let's start.
It's me, Mario. Hello. Okay.
All right, so this run is very interesting in that the most annoying parts of the run come very early on. So as Peach talks to us here, so the first trick we're going to do is one that's called Lakitu Skip. Now, before you get into the castle, Lakitu will interrupt you and go through like this little cutscene talking about how the camera works and all that. But using the actual ledge of the bridge, we can actually skip that. So we will see if we can kind of get that going here. So we'll wait for that to go on. All right, and there we are. So first things first, we'll do that skip as we just said. So if you jump along the corner of this bridge, you could skip right over, and as you can see right there, skips this cutscene, and that saves a lot of time right away. First stage we're going to go to is Bomb on Battlefield. Now, we're only going to get 1 star here, but we're going to use a very interesting trick here. Now, there's a bomb-bomb that we could use to get behind the gate with the chain chomp, and how we do that is we can actually grab it, jump, and re-grab it, and what that'll do is it will push us back behind the gate. So, as you can see there, it uses us and it pushes us behind the gate. And that's star number 1. So, the stage that we're going to spend the most time in is over here. It's Womp's Fortress. So, the first star we're going to get is one of the most recognizable tricks in the speedrun. It is called Cannonless. And typically, the first star we're going to get in here requires us to unlock the cannon to be able to break apart part of the wall and, get the star from there. But with a certain setup, we can actually clip through it and grab it. So it's going to look pretty wacky if we do it right. So the setup is pretty specific. You'll probably be wondering why I'm doing this weird movement, but it's essentially to get Mario pointing at the exact right angle that I need for him to fall into the wall at. So punch. And just like that, grab the star, don't even need the cannon. Boom. Trust me, when I do this stuff live, it never goes that easily, but I'm glad it went good there. So these next few stars, we're going to do things pretty normally. So if we have any time for if there are any donations that have come in.
Let me take a look. We do still have some incentives for tomorrow's Hollow Knight run, as well as a poll for the soundtrack during tonight's Link to the Past randomizer.
All right, sweet. Well, that we got 3. So this next trick is one that I've been practicing a little bit more and more lately. We're gonna try it. If it doesn't work out, we can try to go a different route. But essentially, there is a cage up here at the top of the level. Normally, you need to get the owl to fly up here. But just like, whew, wow, first try, Jesus. So with that, we don't need the owl. We could essentially wall kick and get in right away, grabbing our 4th star.
We do have a $10 donation from Heybomb, who says, "Let's go, RipSalty, you've got this."
Thank you very much. Appreciate you showing up, my guy. Up. We're gonna wall as we wall bonk there. And we wall bonk there. Hold up. All right, so this next star we're gonna get from King Womp over here. Now this fight's pretty easy. If you remember my run from last year, you could just, remember that you could just kind of go right through him. If you ground pound animation right as he's going on to you, you just kind of phase right through him as if he doesn't exist. Very easy fight. For all of you who were at magFAST last year, you may, or if you've watched some of the runs, you may remember me as the guy who was speedrunning this game wearing a Donkey Kong costume. My goal is to at least beat the time that I got the past year, so we'll see what we can do, but, run's looking pretty good so far. Last star we're going to get here in Womp's Fortress is pretty much right on top of this little castle here at the top. So we can just wall jump up here, get to this little elevator, and just like that, we got our 6th star. Alright, so next stage we're going to go to is going to be Cool Cool Mountain. So we're only going to get a couple stars there, but the stars that we get there are pretty simplistic, but honestly pretty fun to do when you start getting them right. So the first star we're going to get is one where we're going to have to bring the baby penguin back to its mother. Now, normally you would just go down the entire side of the mountain to do this, but we're going to do this the extreme way. So we're going to take the super slide down here, which essentially launches us right there. If any of you have Mario 64, that's a really fun one to try out on your own. Alright, so we only got one more star to get here, and it's gonna, when I first try, it's gonna look like I'm, trying to kill myself, but nope. If you fall a certain way, you can get right down here without taking any fall damage. And you can use this wall, and wall jump and grab that star right there. And with that, we have 8 stars, and we'll go right into the first Bowser stage. Oh, side note, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the run, but with this current run, for whenever I die, I will personally be donating another $20. So we'll see how fast that adds up. The second half of this run can certainly have a lot of random deaths. So we'll see how this goes. So into the first Bowser stage. And normally, a lot of runners here will do the 8 red coin star in this stage, but for the sake of purpose of this run, we won't be doing that. We're just going to go straight over to Bowser. All right. Alright, a very clean Bowser 1 stage. And there he is, low polygon Bowser in all of his beauty. And to all the people who did watch me last year, you might be thinking, oh god, I hope he practices Bowser throws. And let me tell you, I have. But the true test of that will be on the last stage. The first and second Bowser fights usually tend to be pretty easy, as you only need to hit them once. Alright. That's the first, essentially, first half of the run already done. So we're going to go down here to the basement, where we're going to get the last few bits of our stars. And the stage that we're going to be going to is the desert level. I don't know why, the Shifting Sandland, that's the name of it. And again, we're only going to be getting a couple stars here. The first one's interesting. So a lot of the mobs have default spawn locations. So we're going to take advantage of that. So that Shy Guy just popped up over there. So we're going to just use that, pop on his head, and grab the Vulture Star, because the Vulture's spawn location is also fixed. Slide off, barely miss a star, and grab it. So, again, these next couple stars don't really require too much trickiness, so if you got any more donations...
No, they're coming in. We have $11 from Bondi, who says I'm $1 better than Hey Bomb.
Thank you.
$10 from Large Zed, who says, Yo, RipSalty, you are epic and random. Good luck on the run.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
For a few more?
Yeah, we got time.
$10. It's your buddy Matholomew, sailing past Brazil and got Wi-Fi just to see the run. Let's go.
Thank you, Sailor Matholomew.
Uncle Diley gave $11.01 and says Wu-Tang sucks.
You wish.
And Coley D, $10. Hey RipSalty, I hope my daughter finds a gentleman as talented and handsome as you.
I appreciate all the donations. Thank you all, guys. Again, thank you all for showing up. Oh man, so we just got the 8-coin star there, so we're going to go to my favorite stage of this run, which is Hazy Maze Cave. So the first couple stars here aren't going to be anything too special, just a couple of wall jumps here, but we're gonna try what I call the fast strat of this star. So if you've ever played this game, you'll notice that the top of the room is just like a black void, so what we're going to abuse is the fact that there's actually, in that specific room, there are a lot of spots in the walls where essentially you could jump over the boundaries set by the programmers, because there's essentially no ceiling in that room. So we'll just get this Toad Star here. And this is the fancy way to get into the level. You jump up here, grab the star, and then look, slide right in. But going back to the trick, so what we're going to be able to do is we could use that out-of-bounds kind of trick to get down to the basement level of this of here and get the star down there. We'll just wait up and get hit by the boulder anyway. Where the boulders go is all completely random, so, you know, some runs you get a lucky boulder, some runs you don't. Grab that star. So there's two ways of getting to like the basement with out of bounds. So one I like to call the fancy strat, and one's like the slower strat using the elevator in another room. We're gonna try the fancy strat once. It shouldn't kill us even if we mess it up, but you know, it's hard to kind of get the setup twice in a row. So we'll give it an honest magFAST try. So we're gonna go up here. Wait for the camera. Oh, wait, all right. And we're gonna jump over the invisible barrier and jump right down to the basement. Now, if you notice, we got 15 stars here, so we only got one more to get. But first, before we do that, we have to catch the bunny in this room. Now, he also drops a star as well, but we do not want his star, so catch him right away. And he says, you caught me. Gives us a star, but we don't want that one. we want him. So we're going to use this rabbit to essentially clip through the second Bowser Star or door, which usually requires about, I think, 32 stars. So essentially, we need to first get the rabbit out of the room, which I'm trying to kind of set up now. It takes a few times to get this sometimes, so I guess now would also be another time for, you know, a couple of donations if any more came in.
Yes, we have another $5 from Hey Bomb, who says, Bondi, you're going to have to do better than that.
Good, let him fight. And we use it to get right through the star door. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
All right, one more. We have, gosh, I lost it, but $48.23 from the Adman2315, who's the chat mod right now. Shout out to the mods in the chat. And he says this is his favorite game to watch speedrun.
Shouts out to the entire staff. Shouts out to all you guys. This has been a great weekend so far. I've loved a lot of the runs that we've seen so far. It's been a lot of fun. So you may be wondering why I'm kind of like zoomed in with the camera, and that's because this stage notoriously has a lot of loading lag. There's a lot of like assets that the game has to load in to like as Mario kind of looks around. But if you use the close-up cam, essentially it's less stuff for the game to load, which just kind of, you know, takes out a lot of random lag. So we're going to use the back fin of the sub and jump up here and get the last star of the run, the 16th star. And with that, we only have 2 Bowser stages left. So we're going to go into Bowser 2 right now. And this stage is probably... Oop. Getting burned a little bit there. It's my favorite speed run. When you do it right, you just kind of like, it feels like really good. So we're going to wall jump up here, grab the pole. And hopefully there's a big elevator on the other side over here, which hopefully we can get to before it starts moving the opposite way. And we get there just in time. Alright. And now there's like a little bit of like a big part of the level that we could go through, or if you're a speedrunner like me, you could just kind of skip it like this. And there we go, into Bowser 2. Right, so we got the Bowser 2 fight over here. That's pretty much the... Oh, that's the only mechanic he really does. And just like that, he's dead. Well, not yet, but... Two keys down and 1 Bowser stage left to go. But before we get to that Bowser stage, we have to do probably one of the most well-known tricks in Mario 64 speedrun, which is the backwards long jump. Now, essentially, the backwards long jump originates from a glitch in the programming of this game, where forward momentum, you know, how Mario moves forward, has like a set speed cap, but backwards momentum doesn't. So if you take terrains like stairs and you use the long jump ability, but keep hopping against the stairs backwards, you can build up a lot of speed. Alright, it takes a few times. It might take a few times to get it, but essentially, we want to propel ourselves through that star door. So, we use these stairs. Essentially, there's like a set speed value. Don't remember it off the top of my head. You need like a certain amount of speed to be able to get through that door. Alright, let's set this up proper again. And just like that, we pop right through the star door after a lot of button mashing. Now, this staircase is usually endless, but that's because there's essentially a repeating like load zone up there that will just make it look like it's looping forever. But with enough speed, Mario doesn't care about load zones. You just go right up to the final level. So, this last Bowser stage has a couple very tricky parts that we're going to try to kind of go through here. So, there's one main jump that's kind of been a pain in my opinion. But we're, again, you know, typical magFAST style, we're going to try it out. Run's going pretty well. Come on, Mario. Once we get up that little ramp up there. So essentially, we are going to skip a quarter of the level if we get this right. And we do. So we use that little ledge right there to essentially force Mario to wall jump and skip a majority of like this level. Or not a majority, but like I'd say like a good half of it. And into the last Bowser stage we go. He's rainbow now. That means he's powerful. So this fight, obviously, we're going to have to hit him 3 times instead of 1. And again, if you remember my run from last year, you do not want him to use the fire move. That's the last thing you want him to do. That might be yeah, it's a miss. So a couple misses here ain't the end of the world as long as I just kind of don't die or let him use some of his moves. Another hit. We're gonna let him bounce back here. Got one more. And that's a hit. And just like that, we are already done the Mario 16 star speed run. If there are any more donations to finish off the run, feel free to read them. Oh wait, oh actually, apologies. So get timers be ready. And well, ground pound and time.
Excellent. Well, we have $20 from Brazil who says goal. $12 Ed, Butta Dog, dog with the Butta on his head.
Thank you, Ed.
Another $4 from Bondi at Hey Bomb, you're not my dad. A real Bartholomew says, are we gaming?
We are in fact gaming.
Garfield for 1111. I'm Matthew.
Oh man. Ah man, you guys. All right. So again, thank you very much for showing up. We get this beautiful cutscene at the end. I appreciate all the donations from all my friends and everyone who's been tuning in. A lot better than last year's magFAST run. I died, I think last year, about 4 times in like the last Bowser stage. That was just a rough 10 minutes of my life. Thanks again, hey Brian. I see you, good stuff, RipSalty. Thank you very much. Shoutouts to him. And with that, that is the quickest speed run to learn, in my opinion. Really fun game. If you ever have any intentions of speedrunning, this is a game and category that I cannot recommend enough. Really quick speed run if you can get it right, and a very flexible run. There's many different paths. I wanted to give one last shout out to the magFAST staff for allowing me to come back for a second year. Much appreciated, and shout outs to all my friends who were able to show up to the stream, and everyone else who was able to show up. The donations have been great.
Listen, everybody. Let's bake a delicious cake for Mario.